All right, this is a new YouTuber named Wiseman Three. So he's 41 years old, recently divorced. I don't know when exactly, but yeah, he has no friends. He had just had a fallout with his current best friend that he's known for like over 25, 30 years. So, and for the record, I will apologize for the shitty audio because it's hailing outside and I don't really have much place to do it. So, but I really do want to do my reaction to this man's video while it's fresh in my head. So let's get right to it.
So,
And I
as the
won't do everything though, by the way.
video says, I'm middle-aged, so 41, and I don't have any friends. It's as simple as that. Just to start it off as it is. That is what it is. I don't don't have any friends, and I just wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to sort of talk about something that's I think is actually a lot more common than what a lot of people think. By the way, with me sort of sharing these my situations out on these videos, if you are liking what you see, then do like, do subscribe, do comment, because I think this is something that he's talking about. To be honest, I honestly do. Friends. So a lot of people, when they were at school, they had a lot of friends. They would have friends that they would just talk
Yeah.
to. They would have friends that they would stay over with, ones that they would have through maybe like through sport or something. But I mean, I'm not sure why you would be watching this if you was at school, but just to let you know, when you leave school, those friends that you've got, they're gone. They're gone, mate.
Yeah, that's
People, and I
true.
think that's an
They
accepted
are gone.
element of life. I think people know that when you leave school,
That's what it is. It's like in school, college, if you go to college, maybe your like early work days in your late teens, early 20s, yeah, you can make friends easily. But after that, for the most part, they're gone.
those really tight knit groups that you had, friends, you all go your own separate ways, and you have your own lives, and then that's it. But no one then talks about the friends that you have when you're grown up, when you're an adult.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
sticky
really
point.
hard to have, especially especially, you still maintain it, going after 2 years, 5 years, 10, 20, but then people change. People do change and end up going their separate ways, you know?
And okay, well, I think I better talk about a particular situation. Now, I had a very close friend, best friend, from school, and he was the only person who was still friends with me long after school. Years we're talking. Even though we had our own different things, we still hung out, we still went to things, still shared stuff, and it kind of kept you grounded, and it kind of kept you sort of still plugged into reality in the real world, and communicate, because it can be lonely out there. I started noticing a bit of a change about 5 years ago, 5 to 6 years ago maybe. The communication changed.
Yeah.
And what I noticed was where he had gone through things like he literally had a breakdown, a mental breakdown, and I was
Oh,
there to
man.
help him and to offer him advice and to listen to him and stuff like that,
Well, that's good.
because that's what you do. That's what you do with friends, isn't it? Isn't that what you do with friends? Despite all that, I kind of noticed that there was no reciprocation. There was no reciprocation with it, and I noticed that a lot of the conversations that he was having with me were literally just about him and what he's done and his achievements and so on. And whilst I was pleased for him, and I would say to him, well, that's brilliant. I'm so proud of you and such.
I mean, that's good in a way, but sometimes when they talk about their achievements, they can go a bit too far. They're not aware of it and they're not realizing, what, you might be over bragging yourself, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
I noticed that there was a distinct lack of, and how are you? How are you doing? How are things with X, Y, and Z? That was becoming very few and far between, if at all, to be honest with you. And it started to roll me up a little bit. I'll be honest, because there's only so much of the, oh, look at me, look what I've done. This is what I've been up to. This is what I've achieved, with no reciprocation. Before you eventually start going, why am I having these conversations? Well, what is this that we've now got? This friendship, this amazing friendship that we had, best friends, amazing kind of like closeness and shared history and
Oh,
everything.
man. See, he's having an emotional breakdown here.
And ever since I had
And also part of it has to do with him going through a divorce too. That can really get to you, especially that divorce. Shoot, man.
my children, what was also noticeable was this complete lack of care as to how they are and such. And what I think the final straw for me was my children have birthdays quite close together, and for neither of them did he say happy birthday or sent anything.
Hmm.
And I want to caveat this. I don't want to make this as a kind of, oh, well, you know, this is all about me, because I would like to point out the thing that I said earlier, which was when he was going through things, I was there for him because that's what you do. Well, I'm sorry, when the other person who is your best friend has children and there's no consideration about how they are, their birthdays or anything like that, that's a given that you should be doing that, okay?
I think what's going on is that his best friend seems to be doing pretty well. Like I noticed that he talked about how his best friend is talking about his achievements and all that, and he might have been full in his own head without even realizing it, you know. And he's probably not aware of this man, the Wiseman Tree's situation, where he's broke, he's already lonely, and he's going through so much. So he wasn't, he. I mean, he probably knows it, but he's not saying the right words. I mean, that's just my take. He's not saying whatever is the right words to Wiseman Tree is what's been going on.
There was none of that. So I lost the fucking plot. I lost my shit. And I just stopped communicating with him. I didn't. I kind of internally imploded. I kind of internally lost the plot. When I say I lost my shit, I didn't ring him up and then give him an earful. I internalized it, and I just thought, enough. So I just stopped communicating with him, and all I got, I think, after a couple of months, I think, was, "Oh, you're a bit quiet."
Ooh.
And I never answered because I thought, "No, up yours. Fuck you. You're not interested."
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, typically in that kind of situation. Now I read the comments section on him. They were mainly bashing on this guy, Wiseman Tree, for, oh man, your friend tried to reach out to you and you're bitter and all that. But while it's not right for Wiseman Three to get all upset, I can't blame him in a way. I can't blame him because I felt like his best friend was in his own little head, and with the only words that's saying, "Oh, you're a bit quiet," it's almost like an attack, when you say that kind of thing. When he should have told him or asked, "Hey, man, I haven't heard from you in a while. You feeling all right?" So, from what I see, that seemed like it was not said properly to Wiseman Three. So, yeah.
He then sent me another message later on talking about some competition he was entering and this, that, and the other.
Oh,
And again, I never answered. And that was it.
yeah.
We are
Seems
talking
like
about,
he was
just as a car turns up.
seems like he was really, really just talking a lot about his life. That's what I mean. I would be careful. I mean, I'm talking about his best friend. I would be careful. Just talking about whatever's going on in his life, though. That's the thing, because you never know what the other person, like Wiseman Three, is going through. Now, again, I know people were defending his best friend, but they don't realize that, okay, he's going through so much. That's why he's bitter. Now, like I said, it's not it's not right for him to feel bitter and angry over people, but sometimes you can't blame him. I mean, he went through a divorce. He's broke. Now, of course, there are parts of it where it's like, okay, you got to 41. What happened, bro? Well, how come there was not you didn't have much? And I get the economy is rough, but still, you know.
Can I not have a conversation with these?
Oh
It's too many
man.
fucking people. So I better
Oh,
block that out so I don't get somebody's number plate in there. Naturally fucking loud, just as I'm talking to you guys.
oh man.
I have to remind myself that this was a friendship. I'd like to point out that was there for. Let me tally it up.
Now, also keep in mind too, we're mainly getting one perspective, which is from Wiseman Three. We're not really getting the perspective from his best friend, so we may never know.
For 34, 25 years, 25
Yeah.
years worth of history as well. To let just fizzle out just like that, which goes to show if you was really invested in a friendship and you was really invested in maintaining what you have, you wouldn't then just let it fizzle out like that.
Yeah,
And so
I
basically,
mean, this is why I don't like bragging about myself or talking about whatever is good. Whenever there's good things going on, I try to keep it to myself. I try, like when I'm talking with certain people or friends, I let them talk first, see how they're doing. Like if they're doing pretty bad, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hold back on some of the stuff, some of the good stuff I have that's going on. And if whatever is going negative stuff I'm going through, I relate to that too. Sometimes we got to be careful, whatever the things that we say.
Okay, well, fine. There's no question of have I done something to upset you? Have I? Because then I would have said, yes, you fucking have. Actually, you have. And then we could have had it out, and then we could have chatted, and then maybe I still would have ballsed up anyway. But we could have had it out. And I think for me, that is one of the most upsetting parts of this as well, is that someone that you even considered to be your best friend fucking shuts up. Fucking twats.
Oh man, you're getting interrupted
someone that you
left to right.
thought you considered to be your absolute best friend that you shared so much history with. I mean, we're talking about being from school to then going into adult life and relationships and something like that. To then just fizzle out like that. That is the upsetting bit to me. And I'm not really angry, but I'm just also fucking upset about it as well.
I mean,
and that's just got me thinking that, you know, what are friends anyway? I mean, for God's sake, I mean, and then I'll get somebody else now fucking pulling. Oh, let's have a fucking party, shall we? Fucking hell.
I'm getting pissed. Oh, let me skip some parts.
Okay.
All right. I don't want to make this too long.
The vast majority of you have considerably less than that. And then I'm thinking, well, wait a minute, you know, this is a bit low. Should I have more? And and of those friends, how many of them, for a start, have you heard from in the last week? Okay. No. Let's be generous. Let's be generous here. Let's say, how many of them have you heard from in the last month?
Yeah, that's more like it.
I bet not as many as you think you've got.
Because we're all doing our own thing.
If somebody's that close friends of you, they'll keep in touch. Oh no, we are good friends, and then basically we don't talk to each other for ages. But then when we do talk, then you know, it's like there's been no time that's passed at all. That's not your friend. That's someone you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Someone that you're able to talk to, because you know them. And again, now we got somebody else.
Because friends, you know, they're supposed to look out for each other. You know, you can't just call them up when you need them or what. Like look at me and my buddy all the way up in Ohio. You know, he lives there, but from time to time, we still contact each other, even though we're both busy. We're both busy with our lives. We still contact each other. Hey, what's up? And then we send voice messages when we're not able to talk. You know, when one of us is available, the other is not. We still send voice messages, keeping up. And it's tough, but, you know, we still make it happen.
Oh, let's all have a fucking party here, shall we? Do you know what? When I turned up here, there was nobody here. And now there's everybody here. Because they all heard that I'm here talking about... And I noticed that not a single one of them are with anyone, so they're not with any friends or anything like that. Like this person next to me, right? She's now just getting out of the car. She's now with her orange jacket. She's now getting her dogs out.
Damn.
Now, I bet a normal person...
Oh, my goodness. Now, it is scary that I'm like just right near his age. I'm going to be 37 soon. It does scare me for myself. Because I'm like, I don't want to be like bitter like him, though. I really don't.
Look at her and think, oh, I bet she's got loads of friends. I bet she's got no friends. I bet her friends are her dogs.
And
that's what you assume. You assume everyone has got these like loads of good friends. Oh, we all got friends. Nobody's got that. Nobody has. This woman hasn't. She ain't got any friends. No, she hasn't.
Oh my God.
She's just got her dogs and shouting at him. Her dogs are now just fucking people. I swear to God.
Oh man.
You know, and I've got somebody else now coming in.
Oh boy. All right, let's ignore some of this. Is funny.
I think people are very much like, oh, well, I had to be locked in my house and restricted from what I can do, so therefore I'll now forever do whatever the fuck I want and sod anyone else. I mean, look at these people, right? These people just do whatever the fuck they want. Okay, they don't give a shit about anybody else. There used to be a thing called empathy, right? Empathy of others.
Before he goes on, before I continue the video, yeah, he does make a point that people do fake friendships. They're like, oh, yeah, look at us, we're BFFs. But then, you know, I would say like more times than not, they're just doing it for social media. They're doing it just for the sake of like, hey, look, everybody, we're happy and you guys aren't, you know, that kind of thing. So I could see his point on that, though. I get that he may be bitter and it may not be right for him holding this upset attitude and frustration, but sometimes you can't blame him.
Well, that's gone. And this is where like friends are supposedly within this sort of boundary of, you know, you have empathy for your friends and their situations and you have that shared history, like I said, and then they don't, because they're too, like my friend that I'm talking about, too interested in their own life to even contemplate the fact that your friend has their own life. How are they getting on? How are they doing? How's their family? I'm not interested in that. I've just got the blinkers on, so I'm only interested in my own thing.
Yeah.
And it's true. Okay. I mean, these fucking idiots here, they're talking to each other. They're not friends. These ain't friends. You have people that you know. And that isn't a friend. I'm sorry. He's so stupid. And I sound so negative when I talk about it. But, you know, I think sometimes people have got to have a dose of reality, as bitter a pill that might be to swallow. I get all the time. I get reminders all the time of how crap things are. And
yeah.
But, you know,
Sorry, I don't mean to keep skipping around. I
You're
just
just
don't want to make this
lonely.
video too long. Yeah.
You spend all your time with everything
I
in
mean,
here,
this is what
and it's like a pressure cooker
this
sometimes.
is what happens when the loneliness gets to you. Like, look at Jamani. He's a very lonely guy. He's a very, very lonely guy. I felt like he did have friends. He did try to put himself out there, but he got screwed over here and there. And now I know he's doing stupid shit with gambling, which is not right. And he's a grifter, but which of course I despise. But let's focus on the loneliness aspect. He's going through so much. He's gone through a lot of rejection that he doesn't even know what having a true friend is like anymore. And I don't think he does have family members either who care about him. He's just all by himself. And I know he does the YouTube thing just for him to have some sort of belonging, like this community, similar to what Wiseman Three is doing. He's doing the YouTube thing just to feel like he has some sort of belonging. And he's lonely. He's already 41, not anywhere close to where he's at. He's got almost no money to his name. He's divorced, gone through so much shit. Yeah, I mean,
And you just, I mean, I'm in the UK. There's what estimates of 70 million people in this country. Obviously, even more in America and so on. And it's that idea that you're surrounded with people, fucking idiots, but you're lonely.
yeah.
And I am lonely.
And now I'm pretty sure people would tell him, well, he needs to go out there and make friends and da 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 da. Now, of course, that is the case. I get that. But sometimes when you read the environment, you just don't fit in. And I could kind of see why people just retreat and just go by themselves. Now, I'm not saying you should do that. Don't. You still got to go out there and try and make something for yourself, and keep on doing it and doing it and doing it, because you can't just stay recluse. But at the same time, with all that rejection, that really hurts so much. And that's why they say you feel more lonely when you're around people you're not supposed to be around, or that's not around the similar vibe, than you are actually by yourself.
I'm not lonely enough though. I wish I was even more lonely at the minute. Fucking dogs barking and stuff. Fuck me.
Oh, man. All right, let's skip
I haven't got that, except for my other half. Fucking dogs.
Oh my god.
I don't have. If something happened to me, I haven't got this abundance of people that would be checking in on me or helping out, and that concerns me because I'm getting older.
Yeah.
And something could happen. Something could happen anytime. But
I do think that he has to
everything's,
really take care of himself first, because he did talk about having no savings. I'm not sure if he has any retirement or anything, but he doesn't have any savings. I don't know about investments either, but let's just assume he's broke. Of course, he's got to focus on that first in order to survive. I know it's tough, especially from what I heard from the UK, like what Kirky Talks was going through.
all experiences in life are supposed to be there to be shared and to discuss and everything. And that's why I'm talking on here, because I haven't got the people to talk to about things. I'm talking to you, but really at this precise second, I'm talking to myself on a screen.
Yeah.
And who do I talk to? But then when you do meet people, they're so bloody self-obsessed, and I know that's what I'm coming across as. But I'm actually a very empathetic person. I really, I'm also loyal as well. So if I'm really good friends with someone, I'm loyal to a T. I would help them out with anything. I'd stand up for them. And I don't have anybody.
Yeah.
And I wasn't supposed to get to this age and not have people. I'm not expecting to have masses of groups of people. Those aren't all your friends anyway. You want to see these people? I'm going on holiday with my 15 friends. They're not your friends, not all of them. You haven't got 15 friends. Oh, we're going on vacation. There's 15 of us going. No. Okay, you're going with a bunch of people you know.
I'm sorry.
All right,
but that's
okay.
His rage is hilarious. I'm sorry to say that.
You, for whatever reason, couldn't go on this holiday. They wouldn't give a toss. They'd still go. And that's a fucking horrible way of thinking how life is, but it's the truth. And the reason I also bring this up is because I've seen an awful lot of videos on YouTube of brave people. I think they're very brave, where they've said,
Yeah,
I don't have any friends.
anybody.
I don't have anyone I speak to. And I think that takes a certain bit of courage. I mean, I've said it now, but I think it takes some courage to come out and say, because you always seem to think that, well, what's wrong with that person? They're almost like they're a bit of a leper, we're weirdo, they don't have any friends.
And credit to him too, I get that. I get that he may be too angry. He may come off as too much, but it's still brave of him to come out and talk about what he is going through, though. I mean, he didn't talk about harming others. Like, people in the comment section, I get that they're like, "Oh man, you need to calm down. You need to chill out." But hey, he needs to vent. All right. And I mean, if I ever go through something like that, after a while, I will apologize and be like, "Hey, I may have said some things that's overboard, but you know what? It is what it is. I said it. I do apologize. I have regrets? Yeah, but I'm just expressing what I was going through."
Anymore. You let me know. Do you have friends? How many do you have? How many could you rely on? How many people would come to your aid should something happen? How many are frequently in communication with you to ask not only about, well, not just to talk about themselves, but to ask about you, ask about your family, and have
Yeah,
a genuine concern and
it
interest in what it
seems
is that
like he
you.
was talking too much about himself. That's what it is. And I think that even if he did try to confront him about it, the friend would be like, "Oh, really? I was doing that? I disagree. I did try to look up for you," or blah, blah, blah. And then it would turn it back to him. So, yeah, and then you get into a big argument.
You and your family are doing. No one gives a shit. It's this, like I said, it's this main character syndrome. As long as I'm okay, I'll do whatever I want. I'm only interested in myself. These are the people that you will see in the supermarket, in the middle of the aisle, in their own world, with no awareness of anybody else wanting to come past or anything like that. Because, well, as long as I'm okay. Is that not how it is now? Am I missing something here? Is it different somewhere else? Because I don't think it is. But it shouldn't be like this, surely. I shouldn't be sat here thinking to myself, I've literally got no friends.
Yeah.
I mean, every car I can hear going past is
I think
somebody.
ever since COVID started, excuse me, the CV, I don't want to get flagged. The CV situation started. All right. It has really, really changed everything, society. And yeah, I mean, it made so many people just bitter and just creating too many cliques, isolating certain others. All right, let's go skip some parts. I don't want it to make it too long. I'm at
But I
22
just
minutes
worry
right
what's
now.
going to happen to me.
Oh man.
You see these people who are lonely, they die of loneliness.
Yeah.
It's a real thing, but I feel so sorry for a lot of people who are in similar positions and feel like the
I
world
mean,
has dealt them a card which they didn't actually deserve.
yeah.
I don't deserve this either, really.
Now, I mean, he's not there yet. I know he's 41. He's up there with age. Again, he's starting from the bottom, absolute bottom, like no money in his savings, no possibly investment slash retirement, and no kind of security. No, I don't think he has health. Does he have health insurance? I don't know in the UK, but he's starting off at the bottom from scratch. Other than his car and the clothes he has, he's starting from the bottom with nothing. He is in danger of that, and I do hope that he'll be able to figure something out. Now, I'm not trying to be here and give him like hippie advice of think positive, everything is good out there's some good things out there, which there may be, but this man has been brought down so much, and I could see from his eyes that he just wants somebody to talk to. He just wants somebody to relate to. But unfortunately, in this day of age, it's hard to find those kinds of people. Now, again, this is not me trying to say stay in your own bubble forever and rot. No, don't. You still have to try. You still have to go out there and do it. But when you get through all these kinds of things, it can really destroy you. Now, in terms of, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep talking about finances here, because I like talking about finances because it's personal security. It's not about a lot of money. It's about how much you have to keep you secured. Now, in this situation, starting out with nothing at 41, that's really tough. I don't know what happened along the way. I mean, I know the divorce happened, but when you're divorced, you lose half. Not like you lose everything, but you lose half. So you should still have some money, but I'm thinking, I don't know what happened along the way or what. Now, I'm not trying to misunderstand things, but something must have happened that has got him in this situation. So I think that's going to be the end of the video. I'm at almost a 25-minute mark. I don't want to make this too long, but yeah, the link in the description down below. I thought his rage was pretty hilarious because some of it is relatable, and I do apologize for the audio in the background. I'm working on it, but thanks again for watching this. Do check out Wiseman 3. I'll do more videos on him more likely. So we'll see. I'll catch up and see how he's doing. I might do a Snooks video next, or Golden Bull Tech, who is another 41-year-old guy going through things. But yeah,